Warning. The Pop Punk Book Club features heavily biased opinions and unapologetically wild takes performed either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals to ensure the safety of performers and animals alike. We may sound confident, but our views are based entirely on personal feelings. Accordingly, the PPBC and the producers must insist that everyone attempt to recreate and reenact these stunts and activities. Join us at poppunkbookclub.com.
So welcome back.
Yes.
It's been a while.
It feels like ages.
How many episodes have we missed this season before we even went to the 2-week thing?
Because you were saying last night that our season finale is going to be our next episode after this one.
That's right.
But it just feels like we haven't done enough. We haven't earned it yet. We haven't done enough episodes to get to the season finale.
Then again, last year we did, last season we did, I think like 17 or 18 episodes, and this is 12. So it's not that far off.
I know. It's because we've kind of been a bit more stop-start this season for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why it's felt different.
Yeah, definitely. It's been definitely a crazy 6 months, that's for sure. So what have you been up to on your break? It's 2 weeks. I mean, no, it wasn't 2 weeks. It wasn't a month, was it? It was episode 2 week. I don't know.
Actually, it might have been a month.
Yeah, it might have been episode 2 weeks off, 2 weeks back.
Yeah.
Must have been a month.
Wow.
That's gone. Times have been a blur to me.
Oh, look, nothing dramatic. Although tonight was dramatic. Owen lost a tooth.
Oh, yeah? It's always a fun time.
Yeah, it's his second tooth that he's lost. So he's like super excited.
Yeah.
And he's got like these
Owen's his dad, by the way, for the listeners. That's his son. Go ahead.
He's got these weird hang-ups about like seeing the tooth fairy. Like because he'll often, if he wakes up in the night, he'll come into our room and get one of us to take him back to bed. But he's really worried about if it's like Christmas or Easter or like when the
magic
fairies
goes or something.
He's worried that he's going to run into them and they're going to be like, oh, I can't give you whatever I was going to give you because you're not asleep. Yeah, he's really, really obsessed by it. So he's like, Daddy, can you sleep in my room tonight? So we avoid that whole issue. But anyway, so he's lost his tooth and he's like really excited about it.
Dad, can you sleep in my room so that I don't accidentally see the tooth fairy?
No, because he knows that if I'm in his room, he won't come out. He'll like, if he wakes up, he'll like see that I'm there and he'll be like, he'll just go back to sleep sort of thing.
What if he gets woken up by the tooth fairy going under the pillow? He hasn't thought of that.
He hasn't thought of that.
Better for him to not know, yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep that. Yeah, just...
I
don't want to scar him too much. But so anyway, so he's like super excited about the tooth fairy coming. And then Evelyn tonight was like climbing up on a chair while I was sitting down having dinner and fell off it.
Oh, yeah?
From about like my waist height and face planted on the tiles.
Oh.
And she's got like this, I don't know whether it's cracked. She's got to go to the dentist tomorrow, but like this cut across the top of her tooth. And she's like, had like a bloody nose and like, yeah. She was like super upset. I was like,
did you know that happened to me as a kid?
Oh, really?
Yeah, but my tooth came out. I was like 2 or 3. And my mum just didn't know what to do and just shoved it back in and just held it in there. And my gum just reset over it.
Get a bit of blue tack just to show.
Oh, yeah. And the school photos all through primary school, I have like my baby teeth. One of them's like slightly crooked because it fell out. Mum just pushed it back in.
Well, Jess was saying her brother's daughter had a similar thing, like face planted and like the tooth, it's like the tooth is dying or something like that.
Right, yeah, because mine never died though. I must have reconnected the nerves or something.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Your mum's like a magic healer.
Yeah, I grew up thinking that was normal though. If your tooth falls out, just shove it back in and then everyone else is just like, that's so weird.
You're wondering what the tooth fairy is all about. Like, why do you need a tooth fairy? You just put them back in, right?
Shove them back in, bro.
But anyway, so Evelyn, it looks like Evelyn has thought, oh, fuck this. He's got the tooth fairy coming to give him money. I'm going to knock one of my teeth out.
Oh, that's so funny. That little entrepreneur. You
exactly.
Little entrepreneur. Oh, dude.
How's your break been?
Man, it's been so much. Because like, as you know, but we wouldn't have talked about it on the show because it would just be depressing. My grandfather passed away like a few days after the due date of my baby.
Yeah.
And like, so it was like dealing with that as well as at any time, any moment, the baby could be coming.
Yes.
Like at any moment. And that's so stressful. Like, because it's like, and not in a way that I'm like consciously stressed about it, but I'm thinking about it a lot. And even at night when I'd dream more, I don't usually dream a lot, but I'd be dreaming a lot. And in my dreams, I'm doing weird things. Like, I was at a random golf resort with some people there. It was, it was very unrealistic. But in my mind, I'm like, and if Kate goes into labor, I need to be able to get her to the hospital. So it's very real that way. So that was always on my mind. And it was kind of stressful. But then at the funeral, that's where Kate realized just after, she's like, I think I might have had my first contraction, like sort of thing. But it was like Braxton Hicks. So it was, she was due on the 5th and she came on the 16th. And guess what? May 16th, baby. It's all gone full circle for the Pop Punk Book Club. I jokingly said to you.
You did.
Where I was like, it wasn't even on the episode. I just said, oh, funnily enough, she's due on the 5th. If she comes really late, she might come on May 16th. And she did.
There you
so
go.
we have a little lag and wagon baby. You remember us of that one last episode? But it's
That's what you should call her pram. The lag and
the
wagon.
lag and wagon. I love that. That's going to absolutely be it. Oh, that's so funny. But on the way home from the hospital that night, I was like, when we finally had it, it was like 48 hours of labor. We were both running on like maybe an hour's sleep. Kate might have had none. It was very, as you know, we've talked about it. The baby came down twisted. It was excruciating. We went through a lot. Gave birth in the OR with a team of surgeons around us in case there was an emergency C-section. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But running on an hour's sleep doing that, I was driving home that night because you get kicked out. You can't just like stay at the hospital anymore. They just say, all right, go, because the visiting hours are over sort of thing. Even though you're the dad.
Was Katie in a room with other people?
Yeah, split 4-room sort of thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, I drove home and I was like, I'm going to listen to May 16. And he says in the song, it's just another Saturday. And she was born on a Saturday.
That's cool.
So May 16 this year was actually lyrically accurate. Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
Very cool.
That's going to be her song. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. It has to be. She has to like it. Maybe I'll force a little pop punk baby. Yeah. I've got Julia is like 7 and she's into like Slaughter to Prevail. That's like her favorite band who is
concerning.
Like, but you thought, the last thing I think you heard was that when she was into Killswitch Engage, which is like metalcore, Slaughter to Prevail, like deathcore, they're like heavier. It's crazy how heavy they are. She loves them. Anyway, but it was crazy because it goes straight from a funeral to
for a friend.
Yeah, for a grandfather.
Shouldn't joke. How was it?
It was awesome. It was so nice. Good because we knew that he was on his way out. It wasn't a shocking death, but it's still sad because we all loved him so much.
Yeah.
But at his funeral, Julia, it was her first funeral that she'd ever been to, and
Julia went.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's her great grandfather, and she loved him, and trying to get her head around the whole process and stuff to be included. So we thought it was important that she came, and it was good. But she was looking around and was just a bit like, oh, it's hard to see other people get upset and that type of thing, and. Even for me, like I've never seen, and thankfully never been to a funeral with that side of the family before, apart from when I was like 7 for my great grandma. But since then, like in 30 years, I haven't ever been to a funeral with any of them. So it's challenging to see people that you know and love be so upset. Also, you being upset as well. Julia's looking around and she leans over to Kate and asks the question that everyone thinks at a funeral, especially when you're younger. She goes, is he in the coffin? Like, is his body in the coffin? Right. And Kate just thought for a moment and was like, you could tell her just calculate, like, is she old enough to know this? And she just goes, yes, he is. Anyway, so then after it, as we go outside, the funeral ends and everyone moves outside, like as the music plays, whatever. And everyone's like a bit upset and giving each other hugs, etc. Julie just comes up to me while I was talking to my mum and my auntie, who were both understandably a little bit teary and that type of thing. And, you know, you always think about the days coming, but when it's there, it's a different thing. And Julie just comes over and goes, what if like Papa just exploded out of the coffin and went, I'm not dead, everybody. And I was like, maybe we won't say that one again. Maybe we'll just leave that one. And mum giggled and I'm like, wow. But it's like, because obviously in her little head, she's trying to like understand death and the idea. And you think that you're like,
what a sense of humor though.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, and then,
to be able to see like the lighter side in something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think in a weird way that was her trying to process the feeling of like, can't believe that he's actually gone, but he's right there. So he has to still be alive in a way. But then we came back here. This is my mum's place. Upstairs on the deck, they were doing charcuterie boards and stuff after the funeral or whatever. I wasn't there at that point because I was taking Kate home to get some lunch and also get changed, etc., to come back round. And before I got back here, they said that Julia said, because at my grandfather's funeral, on his coffin, they put the Hawaiian t-shirt that he always wears all the time, a couple of his Hawaiian t-shirts. Yep. And my auntie did a speech about how he always fixed things with super glue and sticky tape. So she put super glue and sticky tape on the coffin as she finished her speech and went back to the crowd area where she sat down. Yep. And Julia's like eating salami and just goes, when I die, can you please put salami on my coffin? I love it that much. And Mum's like, I don't think I'm going to be around to see your funeral, Julia. And I'm very happy about that. So I have a daughter who loves Slaughter to Prevail and wants salami on her coffin because she loves it that much. That's how much you love it. Is it coffin worthy?
I really like her sense of humor though.
It's dark.
It's dark.
Very, very dark sense of humor. I don't know if she thinks she's being funny or if she's just straight up being serious and thinking, why is everybody laughing?
Yeah.
So then we went from that to giving birth a couple of weeks later, but it was just so much on all the time. Anyone who's been through being very overdue knows the torture that it is. And admittedly, it wasn't as torturous this time, but it still was wearing me out. I got to a point where I was like, I don't even want this baby anymore.
It's wearing you out.
Who cares? Yeah, exactly. I've been through so much. So. Thank you for finally understanding. But no, finally someone listens. But we went up to, at one point we had to do a scan and we're sitting in the room in the like maternity waiting room, and it was taking so long to get seen.
Yeah.
Like so long. We went in there for an appointment at 10 and we didn't get seen till like 1:30 or something like that.
Oh.
So it was like 3 hours of sitting there. And there were women in labor sitting there waiting to be seen, etc.
Oh.
Like there was a lady having contractions in the corner, like breathing deeply and shutting her eyes. I felt so bad for them. I offered multiple times when I left, or maybe just once, but I offered if anyone wanted me to deliver it. To go pick up a snack for them or something, right? But on the screen, there was a game show on it, a bunch of different questions. It was like this rapid fire game show where it's like, a picture comes up on the screen, you have to identify the landmark or whatever it is. Like Big Ben and then Sydney Harbour Bridge, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And then the Taj Mahal came up, but the contestant that it cut to was Indian. And she's like, the Taj Mahal. And then it moved off her. Like, she's like, of course, sort of thing. I said, okay, I'm like, why did they give her that one? Like, the producers should have thought of that. But obviously I didn't say it with enough sense of humor because you get that feeling that someone's looking at you. There was an Indian lady there that was just staring at me like, what the f***? Like, why would you say that? Because she's heard me go, oh, why would the producers give her that one? I'm saying, why would they? Like, that was so almost a bit on the nose. But it was funny. Anyway, I'm chatting for too long. I want to show you something that happened though shortly after the baby was born. We've obviously talked since then. I said to you, I'm saving something for the potty. You've got to hear this. Just after our beautiful daughter Charlotte was born, I managed to capture on video Kate holding her for the first time. And not for the very first time. I got those as pictures. They're awesome. I took some incredible pictures in the delivery room that are not for the faint of heart because there's a bit of blood. But it's so good, the photos I took. But I got the video of her when Charlotte was all wrapped up and we're just about to leave and she was getting pushed.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
On the video, as I'm videoing that, you're going to hear a couple of voices. One is an older doctor who is on the right-hand side. You don't need to see the video. No, I won't put it on the screen. You can just listen. But one is an older doctor and he's on the right-hand side of the bed. Kate's holding Charlotte. And on the left-hand side is another doctor who is like brown. Like I would say he's probably Sri Lankan, like maybe, but the other guy is an older white doctor. In case it's not clear, what you hear is that Kate holds the baby. The baby is facing toward the brown doctor and starts crying. And then you'll hear the older doctor say, he had one look at, I can't remember his name, and started crying and making out he's ugly. You know, that type of joke.
Sure, yeah.
Listen to this.
No, see, that was the baby took one look at Poe's head and just gone, no,
who's this guy? He's not white.
I didn't know babies could be racist.
He said, I didn't know babies could be racist. Who's this guy? He's not white. I was like, I want to be that. I've never wanted to be friends with some guy so badly. You know what I mean? Just slipping in my number in his pocket as he walks out. All right, so it's time to blow on some soup.
Oh, I've been looking forward to
blowing on some soup, as you say. You changed that around.
But yeah.
I thought the original was blowing on soup, and you're like, time to blow some soup. That's your thing. Anyway, so what did you have to listen to this week?
I'm looking forward to this. Quiet Drive.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. I remember that.
I think it's their self-titled album.
Long ago when we first prescribed that song to one another.
I'm just going to double check.
Quiet Drive.
Yep. I think it's their self-titled album, but I'm just...
It was, yeah.
It was, yeah, cool.
Yep.
This was not what I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Bring up the album cover, because I think you made a comment...
It looked obscure.
You made a comment about the fact that it was going to be like... You thought it looked like a high school...
No, I said it looked obscure, and you said, I thought you were going to say it looked like a high school band. You just think of what you want me to have said. But you're right, it does look like a high school band album.
I thought it was going to be a bit maybe post-hardcore, that kind of style. Yep. It is not. It is, the first track, which I'll show you the first track, kind of at
American Jeans.
Do you want to listen before I say anything?
No, usually you say what you think first.
Yeah, okay. So my initial impression was it's super poppy.
Okay.
And super electric.
Super poppy.
Super poppy. That's what I mean. Like when you look at the album cover, you're like,
it's grey and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got like electronic drums at the start. I was like, is this going to be a bit like Metro Station? Was the first vibe that I got. Yeah.
Yep.
But then as it evolves, they're not like that.
Yep.
They are. It is quite poppy, but it's a bit more. It's really just a pop rock album. Is what I would say. Very 2010,
All right.
and a bit like there's moments where it's a little bit like One Republic type of that sort of.
Ew, this isn't selling it.
Well, I didn't mind. One
So,
Republic the other day.
so where's your thumb going?
My thumb is going down.
All right.
I didn't mind it. Like, it's not bad. Like, it's fine. I just wouldn't call it pop punk. And so I wouldn't be like pushing for us to do it on the book club. But it's not, like, I didn't hate it.
Yeah. Let's check it out.
Let's check it out. So put on
American Janes.
American Janes. There's another song I want to show you called Birthday because it's got a funny line in it. But go with American Janes first. Listen, party.
We'll be right back. Sorry that I was shit-faced.
I love it when people sing a line which is funny, but they sing it really earnestly.
Yeah. It's funny.
But that kind of gives you a vibe. That chorus is kind of a little bit like what the rest of the album is like.
Yeah.
Like, I would call it more pop rock.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not bad, but I probably wouldn't be pushing for us to do it on the book club just because it's probably not our thing for the book club.
You know what?
You
I love that.
Oh, really?
Genuinely, hearing that first song, I was like, it melodically was doing a lot of stuff that I love, and the sound of it all. At first, I was like, yeah, I can see what you're saying. And when he comes in on American Janes with that, like, I'm in your ear kind of thing, I was like, ew, I don't want it. I do not want that in my ear. Yeah, I just wasn't into it. But like, as it went on, I was like, hang on a minute, this is actually really catchy and really good.
Yeah.
It hit into like this form of nostalgia that I didn't know I had of like for the 2010 era ish thing, as you're saying. But the bands that you're hearing in it are bands that I wouldn't really put it toward. I don't really know who I would think they sound like.
Sure.
Terrible album cover. First song was awesome. But then you said to me that's as like pop punky as they get. But even when that Birthday, when that chorus cracked in, I was like, this isn't bad at all.
That's what I'm saying. It's not bad.
Yeah. I think I actually would really like to do that in the book club just to see. Or if not, I'm happy to have a listen through and maybe we'll go to a secondary revision.
That's right. Have another listen before next week.
I'll have a listen
of
through.
Like the full album.
And just be like, I don't know see if it's worth doing. But I'm intrigued by that.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. We talked about how we're going to do in corp because we're doing all these considerations and not actually picked any yet. But don't worry, we've got something really cool planned.
Yes.
For next season.
And if people out there know this band and really like this band and love that album, please tell us why. Yeah, fight for it.
Fight for it. So my album that I had was Ann Arbor.
I'm really excited for this because this didn't come from the book.
No, this came from a commenter on YouTube that said it's a 10 out of 10 album to them.
Yeah.
So I can tell you now, it was not what I expected at all, especially from someone who is watching a pop punk show going, you've got to do Ann Arbor's like self-titled. I expect it to sound remotely pop punk and it doesn't. It's quite peculiar. I was going to say strange, but strange sounds like negative. It's like, it's interesting and intriguing because it's got some really weird chord shifty bits and it's got that vibe of like, when did this come out? I don't even really know. Okay, cool. So it's out in 2010. I was about to say that whole 2010 kind of era where everything was getting a bit sassy emo kind of thing. So it's a bit of that. I want to say, even though when I heard it, there was parts of it that I was like, that's sick. But the overall sound wasn't something that I was just like, I love that.
Okay.
But also, this is the starting line effect. Maybe that's a term we need interdimensional portals. We can add it. Starting line effect of like when an album comes in at such a high bar that even though it's great, if it doesn't meet the bar, you think it's failed or something.
Yeah.
But
is that the Waster effect or the starting line effect?
Well, starting line would say it like you mean everyone said was the best pop punk album ever written, and it was too high of a bar.
Oh,
for
you're
it.
talking about expectations.
Yeah.
In. So I thought you meant like an album that starts like the beginning of the album.
No. Just my expectations. This guy said it was a 10 out of 10. So like I was thinking, is this a 10 out of 10? And because the answer was, I immediately was probably not 10 out of 10. I was like, well, then has it just failed? But I still want to say yes because it's a recommendation from someone who's listening saying, trust. You know what we say? If you think it's good, then fight for him. He's already fought for him and said it's a 10 out of 10. So I want to do it for that reason.
Cool.
I'll show you the first track on the album called Contagious. There's other songs that have more plays, but that was the one that I heard was like, interesting.
So this is not the opener?
It was the opener. First track of the album. That's what that usually means.
I obviously didn't hear you say that. Listening party. I get what you mean about the sass.
Yeah, I don't know who they remind me of, but they really remind me of something very strongly.
They reminded me of the Academy Ears did an album, not their original album, not their first album. They did like a subsequent album, probably around this sort of period, and it was similar kind of vibes with that kind of sassy sort of vocal. And the vocalist doesn't sound. He kind of sounds similar to that as well.
Yeah, I'm hearing stuff like I don't even know, like not Wolfmother, but the bands that used to like Jet and stuff. Like those types of rock bands.
There's an Australian band called Kingswood that I really like.
Yeah,
and it's like just rock. Like it's not.
Thank you. Back in the day.
It sounds a bit like them as well.
Yeah, right.
Look, I think we should do it because, as you say, it comes highly recommended from a listener, and we should.
Do you think that's an emo book club album? It feels a little bit more like My Chemical Romance sass than it does like a pop punk album.
It does? I wouldn't have called it pop punk. I also probably wouldn't really call it emo either, but I don't know what I would call it.
This is the problem. We have albums that sit somewhere in the middle between. We would probably call them more emo rock albums back in the day, but if we're doing the emo book club, we've got to do the heavier emo albums to really separate the two.
Yeah.
And then in the middle, you got bands like Taking Back Sunday that I really want to do. And some people would say Taking Back Sunday fits in the pop punk umbrella because it's like post pop punk.
Yeah.
But then you've got people who would say, no, they're definitely emo, but they're like pre-emo, how emo got heavy. So it's like, where do you put those bands? And this band exists within that middle ground.
I probably wouldn't put them in the emo book club just because we only get a certain number of those albums, and we've got so many massive ones to cover. Yeah. It'll take forever to get to them if we start putting an album like this in there. So I would just put it on the ordinary schedule.
Yeah, we should have some form of way of like a 1 in 10 chance that we like have something where it's like a D20, like a dice, and we roll it, and if it hits 20, we do a surprise emo book club. And we might do 2 a season. Could do however many we do, 12 a season. Anyway, so have you got some soup to blow on? I mean, what am I talking about? That's blowing on soup. We've got to do albums for next.
We do
the next albums. So as I said last week, if you have an album that you just want to bypass this process entirely, and you just want us to listen to add into the considerations straight away, just let us know in a comment and we'll do it. And then we don't want to have to do this random selection.
Saves us from having to blow on soup, really, doesn't it? We can just
true. I don't know which part is the blowing on soup, but we will figure it out.
I don't know what it all... Yeah, that's... Anyway. Okay, I'm going to pick one for you.
Yes.
You say stop, and I'll oblige.
All right. Can I actually request... give me one in the first quarter. You've got the title page.
Gone past all of them.
You're reading the title page.
In the first quarter. So we're talking an older one.
Yeah, I want to probably hear one within the first quarter.
Cool. Okay, I've got a good one. There are 2 options here. We're in 1995.
Okay.
Arguably the best era for pop punk. Maybe pop punk. Yeah.
Actually, can I be a stickler? Have you got one that you definitely want to do?
I've got one that I want you to do.
Okay, right. Fair enough.
Well, there's 2 on this page. One is a Pennywise album, which you probably listened to before, About Time.
No, I haven't had that one.
Okay.
Yep.
The other one is No Use for a Name.
Oh.
I want you to do the No Use for a Name album.
Yeah?
Yep.
What's it called?
It is called Lesh Con Khan.
Should I call it?
Is it pronounced? I know of this album, but I've never actually really...
Oh, leche con con.
Yeah.
That's, is that milk with meat? Is that what, leche is milk, isn't it?
I don't know.
Leche con con.
And do you know why?
Why?
Because our album for this week, the band was inspired by this band, among others. It's kind of cool. Ties in nicely.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
So you do that album.
For a name.
Very good.
Sounds good.
Have you listened to that album before?
No.
Because I don't think I have. I've definitely seen it on lists before, but I've never listened to it.
Book smells good. I always think that. Or where do you want to go?
Maybe go something around the similar period.
Okay, because I just opened it up.
Oh. Override me then. Do whatever.
Well, it depends, because I feel like this is 2008.
No, let's go earlier.
As you start getting into that sass era, it's less pop punk.
I think if you're doing one from 95, do another one around that period.
I'm going to pick 98 for you.
98. Okay, cool.
All right, got it. Well, considering that one is Americana by The Offspring, I think we're going to skip that one.
Sure.
I'm going to give you Less Than Jake.
Oh, okay.
You don't like Scar, do you?
I don't love Scar.
And I think they're Scarry.
They are Scarry.
Maybe. I don't know, but I'm keen to see what it is. That's October 6, 1998. It came out on Capitol Records. Hello Rockview by Less Than Jake.
Yep.
Cool.
Sick.
Easy. That's the thing, though. You get these little tasters and then you realize, actually, you know what? That wasn't that bad. Yeah. I'm definitely going to check out, what's it called? Quick View? Whatever they're called?
Quiet Drive.
Quiet Drive. Nowhere near it. Quick View. Sorry, guys.
It's funny you say that because I was like, I misremembered it as well. And so when I went to listen to it, I was like, Quiet Control, I'm pretty sure it is. And I was searching for it and couldn't find it anywhere. And I was like, this is obscure. Like,
yeah, that's funny.
It's just not online.
Yeah, that's awesome. You didn't put back in its case.
Oh, that's good.
That is good. I like that.
That is better.
That is good.
I'll just find a better spot for Mark Hopper's book.
Yeah.
I'll do that in the next ad break. All right.
So you got a premature evaluation today?
I do.
You would have been holding it in for a month.
All right, Greg, let's go, baby.
He finds a new song from a brand new record, then tries to give it his best 10 seconds. That's all it takes for him to tell you what he reckons. It's premature evaluation with Sam.
All right.
Let it out, baby. I haven't heard that sound since high school.
This is an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
You know the band Pet Needs?
No, you always keep people listening would be like, "Why is this guy on this show?"
I didn't know these guys either.
Yeah.
So this album is called. So the band is Pet Needs. Album is called Elbows Out. This is Capitalism.
So it's like pet peeves and pet needs.
Maybe that's what they're going
I like it.
on. It came out in March. This is really interesting.
It's called Elbows Out. This is capitalism.
Elbows Out. This is Capitalism.
That's a cool name.
And it's kind of like an anti-capitalism kind of. Yeah, that's kind of like, it's not, maybe it's a concept album. There's definitely a lot of like that theme.
Yeah.
It's super interesting. It's a little bit Billy Talent-ish at times.
Now you got me interested.
But they're obviously British, and so his British accent comes through. So it's like Billy Talent, but with a bit of a different sort of sound.
Yeah, right.
There's some songs which I would say are more punk than other songs.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are kind of a little bit alt rock, indie rock type vibe.
All right.
But there's also like a little bit of hip hop vocals in there as well. Like it's it's a super interesting album. I ended up listening to more of it than I was expecting to. The songs Tour, Worn, and Top Score are great in my premature evaluation. And you know what's interesting as well?
It's actually got your attention because you've listened to more than one song.
Yes.
Yeah.
This album might rival Smash by The Offspring for having the most number of context tracks.
Oh, right.
So the album list, it's like 17 songs.
Yeah.
And there's at least 4 context tracks.
Wow.
Yeah. It starts with this like theme of there's an auctioneer who's selling a punk rock career. A secondhand punk rock career.
Almost like the Unraveling a Puppet Band.
It's got that kind of vibe. And they come back to it. And there's
Yeah.
like people call up asking about he's kind of like wanting to know how it's going essentially. He's like trying to trade it in. And
Yeah.
it's super cool.
Yeah, awesome.
Anyway, I actually would push for actually adding this to the schedule at some stage. Like it's...
To be honest, you had me at Billy Talent. I can't wait to do them in the Emo Book Club.
Do I have time to show you a song? Just for the sake of kind of giving you an idea of what I'm talking about.
Third listen party.
Yeah, listen party.
We'll be right back. I love that.
Do you?
That takes me straight back to Billy Talent 1.
You reckon it's
their
Billy
first
Talent as
album.
well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an
There's
old
something
pair
about the
of
tone of the
trainers.
guitars that's similar to Billy Talent as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Billy Talent, I think genuinely, if I had to give an award out for the best chord work in any band,
you've
it's
said
Billy
this a few
Talent.
times.
I love Billy Talent's guitar work. Chord-wise, because I was always like a rhythm guitarist. People play lead, and the lead guitarists are the ones who always get the comparisons of like, oh, that guitarist is the best because they're the best lead guitarist. But rhythm guitar is like its own thing.
Sure.
And I think Billy Talent guitarist knows it. But that is the most Billy Talent thing I've heard, not only since Billy Talent, but outside of Billy Talent. I've never heard anything come close.
Cool.
I do love the part where it cuts back to him like almost speaking, where he's like, people forgetting our old albums better or whatever. That's sick. I agree. Let's check that in the schedule for sure.
Okay. So today we're doing an album that some of our listeners may not have heard before, do you think?
Yeah.
I would say this is one of the more obscure albums we've done so far.
I wouldn't. It's all new to me. So I thought, honestly, this is an album that you might have just said then has a huge cult following, and this is like one of the most influential albums of the early 2020s or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I just know that there's a big cult following. Oh, a lot of people like that. They have a very dedicated fan base.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not...
It was strange all week because I know that I've had a lot on my plate, but I kept saying, so what album are we doing? You said, no pressure, mate. No pressure. No pressure. I was like, it's all good. I'm ready to go. Just tell me the album. Like, no pressure. No pressure, Jayson.
So basically, it's a side project from the frontman. I think it's the frontman from the story so far.
Yeah. Parker Cannon.
Yeah.
They got him out to sing Blink-182. They of course, Blink-182 got him out to perform Carousel because they,
Did that?
I'm pretty sure is it No Pressure to do a cover of Carousel? I saw that like live in the Philippines or something on YouTube. I think I sent it to you.
You must have
It's
shown me that.
incredible. And they do the whole like full intro. It's not just the bass intro. It's like the proper Cheshire Cat intro.
Yeah.
It's so sick. Like they do.
Yes, I
such a
remember
good
you
job.
telling me that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the crowd's going nuts.
Yes, they go mental. It's like it's one of those shows where you're like, it's so good this still exists, you know? And they said on stage, we're going to bring out Parker Cannon because he does this song better than we do or something. I'm like, imagine that. Imagine Blink-182 saying that you do their song better than them.
Yeah.
Also, imagine being in the crowd. It's really cool like to see him do it. But if you didn't know who he was, you'd be like, Oh, they played Carousel. I didn't even hear Blink singing.
Yeah.
No, it is sick, but
I'm pretty sure I've heard Tom say he doesn't like doing that or doesn't like singing anymore because he feels like the lyrics are a bit juvenile. So maybe he was like jumping at an opportunity to get someone else to come up and sing it.
maybe. I look back at that and I've actually got a renewed respect for Carousel. The lyrics are so heavy for like a 15-year-old that
I
is
agree.
just talking about like dicks and jumping off lampposts or whatever. Like it's a really like mature sounding song for a 15-year-old to write, however old he was when he wrote it.
This is an aside. I saw like a news article jump up the other day that was like the shit albums that certain bands did before they did like the album that made them massive.
Yeah.
And it wasn't specific to punk. It was like all sorts of different genres. So like the Red Hot Chili Peppers were featured and it did one of their very early albums. And Blink was on it. And the album they picked that was the shit album was Cheshire Cat.
No way.
And I was like, are you kidding me? Like
Cheshire Cat is like so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, no way.
There might be people that think that Cheshire Cat was their last good album, like people think Dude Ranch was their last good album
It would be,
before they sold
for sure.
out. Like Cheshire Cat is so sick.
Yeah.
Love that album.
But anyway, back to this
Have
album.
you seen the video of Mark Hoppus where that guy wants him to sign I think it might have been an album. He's like, name me 3 songs off Cheshire Cat, and the guy just can't do it. He's like trying
yes,
to
I think
say
you showed
obviously
that
if
to me
he's
as well.
going to be a reseller or something.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, imagine being put on the spot and delivering.
I wouldn't be able to do it, I reckon.
Really?
Just because my mind would freeze.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Right now.
I'd be able to go
3
like
songs off Cheshire
Carousel
Cat.
then M&M's just because it's the first 2, and then I'd probably just
One
go
more.
Touchdown Boy,
There you go. Good one.
TV.
Peggy Sue.
Yeah.
I love Peggy Sue.
Yeah.
That'd be a flame for me for sure.
A flame.
Yeah. I love Peggy Sue.
Good
We'll
song.
talk about that when we do that album one day.
Anyway.
So I've got a note here. I'm like, is this another Boxcar Racer side project album? There's just got one. They said that they're going to do another one in 2026.
They've got a couple of EPs and that sort of
Oh,
thing.
okay. So that's what I'm saying. But I was just wondering if it's like a one-off album that is just like this banging thing.
And so are you a fan of the story so far?
I haven't heard much of them, but
Okay.
whenever people have like lists of like their favorite albums, like in this sphere, Story So Far is always brought up.
Yes. I've sent you a couple recently.
Yeah,
where
when
they come
people
up.
do drafts and stuff, and like the first band they take is A Story So Far. So maybe we need to force them onto the schedule quickly.
I think we definitely should.
Yeah,
That's
I always
a good
think
one.
of Story of the Year. I got them confused in my head.
Yeah, okay. That's a good idea for like
Till
an early
the day I die. Remember that song?
the balls line. I drain my balls for you.
Was that Kale that said that?
I've got a feeling the dude
Yeah,
sings
yeah.
it on on like a DVD, and Kale just loved that line.
Oh, that's funny because I remember he used to say that all the time.
Yeah, I think we should add a Story So Far album on
Yeah.
to the early season 3 schedule because you're right. Like they obviously like they're massive for people I guess that perhaps got into the genre a bit after us.
Yeah.
Because like I think maybe they from like the mid 2000s onwards was when like
Yeah.
I guess around the time of like All Time Low and bands like that.
Yeah.
I've listened to a bit of them and I like it, but it's not I would say my favorite style. It's different.
What
to
are they
this.
like?
It's a little bit more of. It's not like the.
Like neck deep? That's what I'm imagining.
It's hard to describe because it's not like the easy core style, but
Okay.
it's kind of a little bit more.
Just a bit heavier?
It's a little bit heavy, but the vocal style is a little bit different. Like it's almost got like a little bit of like a post-hardcore influence,
Okay,
like
yeah.
vocally, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
like
right.
it's still like major progressions and that sort of thing, but it's just different. Whereas this is like skate punk, early 2000s pop punk. Like
Very much
this is
so.
quite different, yeah. But it's also like the origin of this band is quite interesting about how like Parker Cannon wanted to do something that was like inspired by bands that he loved when he was growing up, but he obviously felt like he couldn't do as part of the Story So Far because of like the expectation of like what style they were. And
Yeah.
so he's gone back to something that was kind of like, I guess maybe more his like roots.
Well, I mean, what's interesting about this album, it totally makes sense doing that because I think that there'd be a lot of people that would want to write an album like this, but by the time that it actually comes out, it would be stripping out all the fast D-beat stuff, make the songs a bit longer, add a chorus or whatever, because it'd be your best shot at trying to grow an audience. But if you've already grown an audience with Story So Far and have a reputation,
Yes.
this is where you go, I'm just going to write the album I want to. And it's sick. People should do more albums like this because of that, that approach.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Story So Far. Does it look infected? That guy on that video. Does it look infected? That is such a random
Jeez.
reference. No one's going to know what that is unless they've seen it. It had like
Yeah, no.
a couple of hundred likes on it. It was such a random thing. Just this guy saying Sum 41's album wrong. But this might be the wettest dream of wettest dream albums for you. It's 22 minutes long. What's the
I
point
know.
of bloody listening to it? It's over before it even starts, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to what you think about this album because for me, it's like I remember we did this on the pre,
The
With the
BC, PPP,
yeah,
PVC. Yep.
and I remember loving it at that point in time.
Yep.
But I haven't really listened to a whole lot since.
I haven't listened to this since we did it.
Okay.
Then. Yeah.
It randomly popped up on like one of my streaming things. It's like, recommended based on other things you like. I was like, oh, I remember doing this.
When you said it, I was like, yes, I'm really keen to actually dive into that. Because as people know who are listening to the show, if you've listened to more than one episode, we did not discuss. We just pretty much wrote a message to each other on Messenger after we listened to the album. It was only like that much, right? It was like less than a minute worth of talking.
Yeah.
And now we're here to chat for it.
All right, lock it up.
I gave this one a very, very, very hard crown.
Oh, okay. This was a flame.
Oh, dude, I was about to say, there's something in this that I keep thinking to myself, could this be a flame?
Yeah.
So that's really interesting because I was like, all week, I was like, is this a flame to me? And I think, sorry to take it off you, the reason that I don't think is because I don't think there's anything emotionally in the lyrics that make me go, I can connect with that. So I felt, and I was thinking, if I ever felt like that slightly, this would be an instant flame, but it's the hardest crown for me. It's so interesting.
I did think, I think my first listen through, I was like, crown. And then I came back and I was like, no, it's got to be more than a crown. There's something about it that just grabs me. I get what you mean that it's not a song that like affects you emotionally. And sometimes for flames,
but it pumps you up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, flames are always going to affect your emotion, but not in like the deep, like it's a different emotion. It's more just like an energy emotion.
I guess that's right.
Yeah.
And I just think it's one of my favorite openers. Like I reckon it's seriously up there with Understatement. It has similar vibes to me to Understatement.
Yeah.
I just think as an opening track, it is just,
one of the hardest hitting choruses in an open track.
Yes.
For sure. Because it goes to the third in the chord progression. And that, I love when choruses or even just chord progressions do that.
Yeah, right.
It's like hitting the minor, but in a more like poignantly major way.
Sure.
I love that they did that.
And I loved it on the first chorus as well. It cuts back to just the guitar and the vocals.
Yeah.
And then it explodes in with the full band.
Interesting way to do that.
Has more of an effect, I think.
Yeah, I said it's a banging way to start an album, not just the song, but the way it starts with the first thing you're hearing of No Pressure is like in a rehearsal studio essentially.
Yeah.
And then it comes in almost like A&IC with the clicking of the
That's
sticks
right.
first and then straight in.
Which I get immediately makes you think this is going to be like pretty raw and it's going to have, like it's not going to be like an overly polished, I guess.
Yeah. It sets the tone for sure. I think that's really good. Interestingly enough, I haven't heard this album, I don't think at all, since we did it in the book, the BC.
I don't think I have either.
But this chorus has come back to me every now and then. And I've never really known what song it was. It stuck with me even from back then.
Yeah.
And as soon as I heard it, I was like, I totally know that.
Yeah.
But I said, how good is it that it's a modern pop punk song that is mostly D beats?
Yes.
Like, and it's modern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a feast for the ears if you like D-Beats, this album.
Oh, 100%. Did you know the meme of like, whatever his name is, Vince, whatever his name is it, I can't remember, the guy who runs the wrestling? I don't watch wrestling, but
Vince
it's,
McMahon?
Yeah, that's it. And like everyone, he keeps getting more like, it gets like, like lasers coming out of his eyes. That's me every song as it goes on. It's just more D-Beats.
Yeah.
You said earlier that it was a throwback to like it definitely is a throwback to early 2000s skate culture. I'm not disagreeing with that. But I hear so much modern production and everything in this that it sounds like a modern album to me. So it's almost like it's so punk to do a pop punk album and be to in the modern style throw in the old sound, like wolf in sheep's clothing kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like sticking it to the man, which is the current meta.
Yeah, sure.
So I love it.
What about it is like the modern sound for you?
Just the really bright snare drum, really bright guitars, etc. But like the almost like plastic production kind of thing, but not quite. It's also a bit saturated too. So it's like there's a sound in the production that I'm hearing that's modern. Not to the point of like Blink-182's One More Time, where it's just like that sounds to me like really thin, the way that they've done that, and the drums are too far forward or whatever. I just don't, this just doesn't sound, it sounds high quality, I guess, as well, but low, like early 2000s stuff was typically more raw, like no triggers on the drums. This has like, drum triggers, etc. So more it's just high quality production, I guess.
Because I was going to say, to me, it still has a really raw energy about it.
It definitely does.
And I guess I have a
saturation.
finely tuned ear when it comes to production, as what you obviously do.
But also it's that's probably to do with they're pushing the saturation on this a lot, and it almost sounds like it's not distorting, but like clipping a little bit. Like and that's what adds that rawness to it back. It's like what Pup do, but Pup have more of a warmth rather than a clipping. It's more like in the mid frequencies and low mid frequencies. It's like analog tape warmth versus a digital clipper.
Yeah, okay.
It sounds like it's too loud for your speakers.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's
yeah. Also, 2-minute opening track. Like just not a wasted
straight
second.
to it.
Yeah.
What album did we do recently where they did what was it, Seaway? I think it was. It was like a really short opening track to get into it, but it didn't hit like this. This
not quite
is
as
kind of
much.
executed better in my opinion.
It also kind of reminded me, not the song does, but having like a short opener, it was kind of similar to Open Your Eyes.
Oh, yep, like Dad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not Dad.
Dad.
I'm talking about Coming Home.
Coming Home.
Yeah, yeah.
And it has that effect of like, it really like propels you into the next song. It doesn't have like, you had like if you have a song that's got a lot of energy, but then you go down to like a softer bridge rather.
Yes.
It kind of takes that energy away a little bit. Whereas for an opening track to just be kind of like, we're just going to do verse, chorus,
Yep.
and then we're going to end it.
They wrote
really
the song, how it should sound, and then went delete all the soft bits, and they just pushed it, squashed in, like, let's go.
Which feels like that's what they've done for this whole album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a note to say that on the next one, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, this isn't the song that I thought it was, but we'll get to it later. Too Far. Track 2, Too Far.
Track 2, Too Far. I said Crown.
I gave this one a great.
Okay.
Yeah. I just love, I mean, it's like a minute. It's like a minute 10 or something like that. Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
What makes it a crown for you? Because it switches halfway through. And
it does.
Doesn't really like, for me personally, that's what kind of pulled it away from me.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah, not that it's bad, but it kept it at, oh, this is great because it's keeping the great energy. There was nothing that made me go, yeah, now you've broken through that threshold.
yeah. Well, see, I can understand why you would think that. But for me, it was definitely jarring, but I loved it.
Yeah, right.
Particularly as it takes you by surprise.
Yeah.
And then the section that follows it, I just love it.
Yes.
Like
Where it slows down.
But then like there's like this like high guitar riff that comes over that just got like the perfect like little amount of dissonance to it, and it's it's sick. I love it. But this song, like the bit before that, like the first section reminds me so much of early Sum 41.
Oh yeah, like Half Hour Power.
Half Hour Power,
Yeah.
little bit of like All Kill No Filler, that that sort of vibe.
Yeah, definitely. Super summery and like live. Like this is, I said, you got me starting a circle pit in my car. More D beats, keeps the energy up. And like they would just be, it's almost like, I can almost guarantee, and this is a big guesstimate because I don't know how much their live set really, but they do, because they only got one album, they do the first song into this live. And that's how I imagine it. Like, you know what I mean? Just playing one into the other, because the album already has sort of the energy out. Let's just do it live sort of thing. That's what I could imagine them doing. And it would just be the most like relentless live set. Just, you know, 22 minutes in this hotel.
Yeah.
But it's just hearing that, I can hear the live energy in this, and it makes me so happy hearing this.
Yeah, for sure. It pumps you up so much, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I like it's just short and sweet as well, the song. Like it's like they don't need any more
No
time
wasted
spent.
time, as you said,
exactly.
And it's funny that you love short albums so much. Anyone listening would think you don't like pop punk.
I just want to get it over and done with.
Just get it over and done with, mate. It's a 5-minute album. This is my favorite.
But like, let's be honest, like pop punk's pretty simple.
I know what you mean. It's
so
just,
let's just keep it simple.
It's about not wasting time. That's the best part about it.
Yeah.
It's when they nail it, is when they don't waste time.
Yeah.
So I love the chorus. I just think the song isn't a crown. It's interesting to put such a short song second, but I do love that. But last note I have here is that the switch up after the first verse is very Newfound Glory to me. The way that the vibe changes.
Okay.
It feels very like Sticks and Stones-ish, maybe maybe Catalyst. It's like that type of vibe.
Yeah, nice.
For me.
Another note I had is that these guys clearly went to the class on how to write hooky choruses at Pop Punk College.
Yeah.
Because like every chorus is just, they grab you.
Yeah.
Don't they?
Yes. I do have a note that I totally agree, but I do have a note that I feel like they all very much sound similar too. It's a very narrow spectrum, but they know what works and they lean into it. But there's 2 songs on this album that sound like they're the same song.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
And we've said before about like albums like Does This Look Infected?
Does it look infected?
Does it?
You have to do it that way.
Yeah. Where you could argue that it's like one song, like every song kind of like.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. And
No.
in this album, for me, it's not a bad thing either. Like the songs all do sound quite similar.
You're right. I
like it. It works for me. Partly because it's a short album. Like it's only 10 songs. It doesn't really need anything else.
One 22-minute song divided into 10 sections.
There's another like really small part of this song, and I think it's like a Scott Rayner thing.
Oh yeah.
In the intro where he's doing like a little snare roll where he like it's like a fast one, but then it goes to like super fast. Like he changes.
Yeah.
Did you pick up that as well?
Yeah. I think there's a lot of. It's almost like you can pick all the references to influences throughout this for sure.
Yeah. I'm not that he's like the only drummer
sound
that
like
does that.
A Dude Ranchy drum roll.
Is it Dude Ranch?
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott Rayner does that.
Yeah. I was thinking even Cheshire Cat era, but yeah. It's a
of
Scott
course.
Rayner thing for sure, but not a...
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, hand in hand.
I gave this one a great.
So did I.
Yep.
Yep.
I think, I probably think the other one is better than this one though, even though I gave them both greats.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I definitely think the other one is better. But I mean, again, this is still a great song.
I know. More D beats. Yes. That's my isn't it? 3 tracks in a row. I'm so blessed.
The vocal, the little run that he does when he sings "It's Not Right" is so early Sum 41.
Yeah. You're right. Now you're saying that. It's almost like we should talk about this earlier so we can listen through and I'm like, I can totally get it, but I can see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's for sure. You give me all these. Yes.
Yeah.
That's like half hour of power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's multiple moments on this album.
You just keep giving me different lenses to view the album through, and I kind of want to see it. The note I have here is that this album would go off live, and I've already said that. But then third track, I already feel that way too. Talking about D beats just quickly, I think the reason they excited me so much is because it sounds more modern. It's almost like the D beats are a treat each time because you don't expect them. It's not like an album that an old 90s album where you just you assume the drummer pretty much has 2 modes, off or D beats. But that's what you expect, right?
Yeah.
You're not that excited by it. You just expect there to be D beats. But with this, it's like, you don't have to bless me with D beats, and you have. I'm so thankful.
Yeah. Because D beats are not that common in punk anymore.
But then even with this sound, I don't expect everyone when they're doing a riff, that's a D beat riff. But they put D beats behind it. And I think it's a treat.
Yeah. Another
song, I think this one has a lot of Newfound Glory vibes in it, vocally.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sick chorus again.
Yep. And this is the song actually that I thought track 2 was. I love the way it abruptly ends. So we're talking about cutting sections out. It's like they just cut it off straight away after saying no one could understand. There's a note I have here where I said, the public goes, because I can't let it go, it's not right, can't teach what I learned that night. I love the drum roll that goes there. And I think that's actually what I'm hearing the Scott Rainery parts. Because that's the one I was thinking of was this song.
Yep.
But yes, 100%. So that's a good take on that.
Yeah. It's just fun. Just the idea of ending a song so abruptly. It's we don't need a bridge. Why would we put a bridge in?
Yeah. But it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If the song's done, the song's done.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know, the album kind of has done that from the beginning, because track 2 is 1:10. So if you're not watching how long the song is, it's over. And the first song is short too. So it ending abruptly, even when the energy's all the way up, it just keeps you interested.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
And we've probably also been conditioned to look for a pop song structure in pop punk.
Yeah.
Whereas these guys are obviously been influenced by, I know, one of the bands they were influenced by was Descendants.
Yep.
So they're, I guess, perhaps more influenced by bands that didn't necessarily follow a standard structure.
Yes.
And so this was probably just feels natural to them. So the idea of let's change this up in a bridge, they probably just no, this song's done. We don't need to keep redoing the chorus over and over again.
Exactly. And that's what I was saying in the beginning. I think that comes with it being a side project. It's who cares? Because people go, oh, no, you should, because more people might like it and you play the chances better and you might get more listeners. This is just we're just going to write the creative vision we have. And we've talked about this, that bands don't take those creative risks anymore. And this is probably an example of taking the creative risks just in a different way. 100%.
And I don't know whether you saw in the document, but they've kind of they're not big on social media.
Yeah, I saw that
their whole approach is quite different. And they're not necessarily looking to kind of tick all the boxes that a normal band perhaps would be.
This band is what it should be, which is a creative outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Yep, for sure.
Alrighty, so both sides.
I said great.
Okay, I give this one a crown.
Did you?
How could you not give this one a crown? It's so catchy.
I struggled with...
Is the chorus too repetitive?
It's not.
Oh.
I think the chorus is sick. I struggled with Futures Taxing this album.
Oh, okay.
And I found it really, really difficult. There's a couple of times when I was doing my ratings where I was my initial rating was a great, and then I was ooh.
I'm
not sure that's really fair.
I've gone back on song ratings in my notes because I was Futures Taxing them hard. Yeah.
Surely not everything can be a crown on this album.
Unless you have a reason to not give this a crown, I think you've rated it too low.
You reckon?
And I never say that.
Oh, you're calling me out. You're asking for a reevaluation.
Well, you made me do it with Wasted with Jobbo, you remember? And I was like, you're right. It actually is higher than it is. I think this is a crown. For sure, this is a crown. And I think inside know it's a crown, but you've lied to yourself. I said this one is so 2002, 2003 pop punk. It's from the beginning. It reminds me a lot of Mark Hoppus bass lines.
It does.
Very Mark Hoppus.
But for me, it sounds like Dude Ranch era.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't think of
Ernie Ball as the Stingray Mark Hoppus bass, that era.
But that progression, it's like a 1-4-5 type thing, but it's very Mark Hoppus the way he does it.
It's 1-6-4.
Oh, is it? Okay. What's the song that Mark plays it in?
That chord progression.
It does something very similar. It's in a bridge of, maybe it's a Take Off Your Pants and Jacket song.
All right. Maybe. I mean, it could be a lot.
It could be a lot, but there's just the way the way it's used at the start of this
Are
song.
you thinking of Peggy Sue's bridge? No,
No, I think I'm thinking of a different one.
All right.
Anyway.
The verses to this, talking about Blink-182,
Yeah.
reminds me of Neighborhoods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a track, Natives, that's it, from Neighborhoods.
Oh,
Must be
is
like that.
Yes.
I said the chorus is banging. I do have a note that it gets a little bit repetitive because it's just like one line and they repeat
Yeah.
the chorus quite a bit.
It's
Maybe
so
it's
good,
because the rest of the album doesn't conform to typical pop punk structure. When this does, I'm like, what are they doing? Oh, they're just repeating the chorus. Like it's not that,
It is interesting though that they chose on some songs to repeat the chorus and on other ones they don't.
Yeah.
And they've got catchy choruses all throughout this album. Some of
Yes.
them they just do once and then they don't do it again. And then on other songs they decide to repeat it. So it's hard to know.
I don't know why that is. Also, at the start of the document, it says there's no singles. So it's not even like they were really
Yes.
writing for radio or whatever. Who knows why that
There's a
is.
song coming up which is absolutely like could easily have been a
This could have been
radio
too.
single.
Maybe they're just like going, well, other songs didn't need them. This one did. They just think it needs it.
Yeah.
I said this album is just nonstop energy. I said no wonder people loved it when it came out. Like it's so if you like this genre, this is an album for you. It's such
for
a
sure.
breath of fresh air coming out late. Like a more modern one.
Yes.
But-
when it's not like a lot of other pop punk albums are not sounding like this for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me, I'm going to show you something. Hopefully we don't get stroken by No Pressure. They can't do it anyway. And I'll tell you now that even if we do get stroken, it probably wouldn't be No Pressure. It'd be from Blink-182. Because
Okay.
tell me that the last chord of this song doesn't literally sound exactly like it's off Enema of the State. Just tonally, like of the sounds and
Is this the
everything
one?
together.
There's one that rings out where there's a little bit of synth underneath it. That's very Jerry Finish.
Maybe, but this dead set the guitars, the bass, the drums, everything together. This sounds like literally if you blindfolded someone, you wouldn't be able to see it anyway. But if they didn't know it's from No Pressure and you had to guess what album it's from, you might guess it is Nanoma.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah. It's
Going Away to College? No, before Going Away to College.
no, it's on Take Off Your Dancing Jacket, and it's the song before. Is it Shut Up? Is it the end of Shut Up? It's before. It's the one before.
Flame song. Yeah.
You're the one that's underrated this song. It's the song that it fades into
Fades into
every time I look for you. I think.
okay.
There's probably tons of songs that sound.
Yeah. But just that chord progression, as soon as I heard it, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, that chord. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, that just sounds like straight off Enema of the State. That's so cool. And not that they would have intentionally done that, but it's just cool.
So I put a note, well, not a note, but I've got maybe I need to reconsider this one.
I reckon. If I just think it's too catchy. Think
Yeah.
of it. This is the test I do whenever I feel like I might be futures taxing. Imagine that you're listening to a band's album that has had no standout hits, just fines and goods, and then
Yeah.
you hear this song. Would you say it's a crown?
I probably
It's like reverse futures taxing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my first note for this song is so Dude Ranch era Blink in the best possible way.
Well, then why isn't it a crown?
One Way Trip.
I gave this a surprised crown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gave this an unsurprised crown.
Oh, right, okay. I just think there's a part of me that thought that maybe when I heard it, I was like, oh, it's probably a crown for a lot of people. But like to me, I don't know, it just didn't, it might have just, it felt like it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But then it clicked with me with the verses. It
Oh.
reminds me of, not that they were like huge or anything. They had that one song, but like Zebrahead. Do you remember the song Playmate of the Year?
I wouldn't be able to sing it.
I can't remember like when it came out, but it was around the time that like Sugar Cult had like Bouncing on the Walls
Yeah.
again and like that era. It just reminds me of that like
I know of it, but I can't hear it in my head. I guess what I'm saying.
yeah, like nichey, fun, gimmicky pop punk sort of stuff.
Yeah,
like
sure.
yeah.
I can kind of understand. I actually didn't think you would love this song because this is a little bit, for me, this is like a radio single. Like this is the most,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
this is-
absolutely.
and it's like the most 2000s, early 2000s pop punk song on the album, like in terms of filling the formula of a pop punk song from that
Yes.
period.
Yeah.
And I think, and when I first listened to it, I was like, great. But then on the re-listen, I was like, no, I think I'm future taxing this because it's so catchy.
Yeah.
And like, it's a banger. I can't not call it a banger. And so I was like, no, for me, it's a crown.
And what also makes it definitely hit a crown for me also is that every section's so strong. Verses are great, chorus is amazing, but it has a really good pre-chorus too. The part where he says, there's nothing I can say that will bring you back to me.
Yes.
It's really cool. So that's a great pre-chorus. So it's just every part of it goes to another banging chorus, but all the choruses kind of sound the same.
Yeah.
Well, but still.
It's got a bit of a guitar lick as well at the start. Like, or at least a guitar, it's doing sort of like, there is a guitar melody there, whereas a lot of the time, like the guitar work is more, there's a lot of riffs on this album.
Yeah.
Do you
Just
know what I
this
mean?
whole song. It just takes me back to like Dude, Where's My Car era. like that type of thing.
That's interesting.
Let
yeah.
me take you down memory lane with Playmate of the Year.
Listen, party.
We'll be right back.
I actually don't. If you played it to me, I don't know that I would have. Like, I know the Playmate of the Year. I was like, oh yeah, I know of that song.
Yeah.
But I know that I've ever like. I don't remember having listened to it.
Oh, it's like
I'm sure I must have listened to it at some point.
I remember the year. Oh, it came out in 2000.
Yeah,
So
okay.
this is probably before I even moved schools. I probably listened to it around then. But anyway,
I'm sure it was on a movie of some kind. No?
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It might have been on Dude, Where's My Car? Like, I'm not quite sure exactly. Anyway, this song reminds me of that era, and that doesn't sound like it, but it's reminds me of that era.
The verses for me remind me of Melancholy.
Oh yeah,
The verse melody is something of Penny Bridge Pioneers. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure which song, but something about.
it's like this album just scratches all the itches of all
It
the
does,
good,
yeah.
good genres and good bands. Alrighty, so same thing. What'd you give this one?
I said great.
Okay, I said good for this one.
Oh,
Yeah, I feel like it loses the energy that the other songs I've given greats to.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Loses the energy.
I mean,
It starts
it's-
with so much energy.
I know, and I actually struggled with this while listening to the album because I was like, "What is it?" There's been other albums that this has been the case too, and it hasn't been since I've tried to. It's not easy to break down your thoughts of why you like music. That's why I think you can easily fall into the trap of going, "It sounds really good" or "It sounds
Sure.
really bad." But like trying to figure out why it is, and along this journey, this deep soul searching journey that we call the Pop Punk Book Club,
Yeah.
I have found along the way like so many conundrums and questions that I just have not found the answer to. And one of them is what volume doesn't necessarily mean energy. And there's some songs where you have like
Correct.
crazy good D beats, loud sections or whatever. And we've talked about the everything's loud, but where's the energy? It was an album we heard recently that I was like, we thought that about whether,
MXPX.
yeah, that's right. But there's also another, that's true across a broader album. But there was a song on another album, I think too, where I think it might have been Hoss, where there was like really loud. No, maybe it wasn't, but there was something, maybe you're right. It could have been on before Everything and After. But like there was a song that I heard and I was like, that all the volume's up, but you're right. There was an example there, but I'm thinking of another one too.
Okay.
Again, another example that like the volume doesn't necessarily equate to high energy
Yeah.
because you can also have songs that aren't loud, but have so much energy to them.
Sure.
So where's the magic? And I feel like this just doesn't hit me in the same way.
Yeah.
Pretty sure
okay.
this energy is just subjective emotional interpretation. That's what I'm thinking.
That's fine.
it is.
Yeah.
So just this song is good, but it doesn't get to the point where I go, wow, what a great song.
Okay.
Yeah.
I quite like the fact
That
that.
or I'm future taxing it.
Yeah. I'm worried about future stacks in this one as well. I mean, the chorus it's
Wow, you go higher than
another
great.
banger of a chorus.
Okay.
But I really love.
If you have this at great, you need the other one at crown. There's clearly better than this one.
Got a little bit of evaluation tampering happening here. What I like about this one is it's a little bit darker.
Yes.
And so that I think is a little bit of contrast.
Okay.
On an album that doesn't have tons of contrast,
You're right.
I quite
Yep.
like that.
Because this is just more D beats too. I said I wrote my note is this is my album.
This-
There's
yeah.
so much
and it
D-beats.
is, but the fact that this one is a bit darker, I quite like that contrast. But then I also like the way that in the same song, there's that contrast between the darker verses and then it's another really big melodic chorus.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't say the
love
chorus is as big and as melodic as they can get, and I think that's what knocks it down for me. But it just it was a good for me
I can understand.
hearing it through that. I said still a really good song, so I would say it's probably a high good.
Sure.
I said it just lacks a little energy that the other ones have. Even though it is loud, I said maybe a futures tax. That's that.
Yeah.
So as I was even like that was my struggle hearing this song going. I've even given something a low grade to know that's the like benchmark of a low grade. So something like I could go, it might be just a low grade.
Yeah,
I'm like,
sure.
it doesn't match what I gave a low grade to. So
Okay.
if you're looking at it that way.
It's another one that ends really abruptly.
It's not like a minute long again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for this one of my notes is, I was going to ask you whether you rated it down for that purpose.
No, I just think the you're right, it changes to a bit of a darker sound, and I don't feel like the energy not made up for it because that's not the way. It's just I feel like the energy kind of left a bit for me doing that.
Yeah,
It wasn't like that added more energy. So it's good. It's still a good song. but
Yeah.
It's just not the same level of the other ones.
For me, this one, like ending abruptly, I didn't like it as much as
You wanted
some of
more?
the other ones. I wanted more of this one. And maybe it was, I don't know, I wanted them to kind of maybe explore that contrast that they were going with the sort of like the darker
right.
verses a little bit more. I'm not sure. But
Well, you typically do like them more. Like when stuff hits the minor, that's your territory. So makes you happy
in a minor way.
in a major way, ironically.
Big man, what do you got for this one?
Love it when you come with that. I gave this a great.
Oh, okay. I said crown for this one.
Okay. Very no effects intro. Hey,
I had
the exact same.
no
note.
effects intro. My
Yeah.
first note.
Does the verses remind you of anyone? I hear Waster
Okay.
vocally.
I have a note that says the second verse sounds super familiar, but I'm not sure where from.
Yeah.
I didn't pick
Very
up
till
Waster.
the wheels fall off Waster. It's almost like
Okay.
it's more like that too. They must have just heard the book club somehow and just gone back in time and wrote the album that satisfies all the albums.
They're like, we're just going to just try and win the book club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But there's the tampering you're talking about.
Yeah.
But also this isn't really D beats. It's like fast punk beats. Do it, around kind of thing. Different beat.
Okay.
So when I heard that, I was like, I love that. It's like a slightly different feel. It's not just,
sure.
I wouldn't call this D beats, you know?
That's interesting.
Yeah. Because it's like D beat like pattern is do cut, or do cut. But usually the kick on the second do cut is a bit more D beat.
Yeah, righty.
But this one is do cut, which is a more like bouncy punk beat, I think.
Interesting. I wouldn't have
it's
drawn the
one kick
distinction, but I
different.
can understand why you would.
Yeah, one kick difference.
Yeah.
I did have a note on this song though that I was like, chorus sounds like every other chorus on this album, and I wrote because I gotta know. It sounds exactly like that chorus. I'm back on a one-way trip, and it's pretty much the exact same chorus.
Yeah, and because I was going to say they're really good when they're writing their vocal lines in the chorus. That like it ends on a really. It always ends on a hook, if that makes sense. The phrase will end on a hook that pulls you in.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much the same in that song that you're thinking of as well.
It sounds so much like that other song.
Yeah. I like it. For you, it's a bit repetitive, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I would have still given it a crown if I thought that it was as good as the other one. But I just, again, this is just a great for me. Step up from the last song for sure. But didn't get me up to
I love how you've
territory.
like broken down the categories into subcategories, like the high grades, the low grades.
Yeah. That's the tism. Because I can't help it. I have to break it down and I have to get it down into the
We've already gone to a 7-point scale. It's like, even that's not enough.
It's all necessary. It's only from function. It's only from necessity.
I guess it does help you to decide what category they fall in. Because I'm sometimes kind of like, oh, this could go either way. Whereas at least you've got a way of being like, no, this is not a high grade, or this is.
I don't even think about it like that. I'm just, sometimes I hear it and I go, oh, barely scrapes into great, so therefore it's a low grade. Or like, this is the top tier of that, but it's not quite getting to crown for me, so it has to be a high grade. It's more of necessity rather than unnecessary categorization.
Yeah, sure. Couple of points though. How Sum 41 is the bridge.
Let me hear it. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah. Yep. Motivation.
Motivation.
Yeah.
100%.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
And then this is the one where it rings out on a chord at the end where you can hear a little bit of synth underneath it. It sounds very like Jerry Finn production.
He did it.
The big man.
His influence lives on.
Yeah, he is the big man.
He is. Yeah.
Way
to put it. Alrighty. So, Sour, let me guess. I think you've rated this one high.
I have.
Very high?
How high do you think I've rated this one?
At least a crown, but I wouldn't be surprised with a flame.
I flirted with a flame.
Yep.
Ultimately, I've landed on a very high crown.
Yep.
I've said this is a top shelf banger of a song.
Oh, yeah. I gave it a great. Sorry.
Did you really?
Yeah. I just didn't, again, I feel like it's, I mean, great is still a great song.
I know.
It's not, to me, it's not like an all-time Hall of Fame song when I'm like, that's a great song.
Oh.
Yeah. It just doesn't have that, like, we can't have the opinion that anything less than a crown is a failure. I just think I actually...
So on some albums, it feels that way though.
Yeah, true. I guess.
I
get that. But like for me, when I first listened to this, I thought I was going to rate it good again. I just feel like it's good. There's a lot going on. I feel like it gets a bit mushy in bits and it doesn't have the clear sections. This is just fast the whole way through and then the vocals move. And to me, from what I'm liking about No Pressure and the songs and stuff, that didn't grab me more.
Yes.
So if you just put the chorus on, that's a crown chorus for sure.
Yeah.
Like I would say that that's a crown song, but I think with the way it moves into it and it's a song as a whole, it's very like, well, that's a lot. It's not like I can't wait for this bit. In saying that, I'd open up a pit for it and I think it deserves that. And that makes it a great song. It's just,
sure.
I imagine that sometimes too. That's my test. Just like
I would open up a pit for this song.
Yeah, is this pit worthy? I like think to myself, just like, do I want this on my non-skippable playlist? It's good to put it into like practical terms like that, so you can say yes or no, and that gets you your rating. Like that's why we do the rating system with the emotions. Like I think that this makes me feel it's a great song. Where I really
so this
like
wouldn't go on your non-skip playlist.
No, but I do imagine at a live show when they start playing it, how would I feel? That's a really cool little test. If this came on, I'd be like, oh, this is a great song.
Yeah.
What would I say to the person next to me if they've never heard this band before?
You'd be like Chad in the pit at that show where he rolled his ankle before the state basketball championship. It's like, I don't care, get out of my way.
One of our friends at a show that we played was like this outside thing. I have a clip of it. I could probably play it.
Yeah.
I told everybody like start a pit, and they did. And Chad's like 6'6", even in high school, and he came in and like started this pit, ran around a circle, rolled his ankle, and immediately parts everybody to get out of the way because he's hurt. And he said he had state basketball championships or whatever like the next day. So like he had to. I don't know if he still played or whatever. That's funny.
Look, I completely understand your like why the song kind of is held back a little bit for you in terms of like there isn't a great deal of distinction between the verses and the chorus. I don't mind the way they kind of blend into one another. Particularly, I kind of like the way it goes from like the first chorus into the second verse, back into the second chorus. I get there is not a lot of contrast there, but for me, it just works.
Yeah.
And the chorus of this song, it's seriously all time.
I agree. I agree that the chorus is sick.
So much so that I remember having listened to this song when we did it on the pre-podcast book club, and the chorus hit me then as well.
Yeah.
And when this song started, I was like, oh my God, this is the song with that chorus.
Oh, that song, yeah.
And it's still hits me in the same way.
Yeah.
I love it.
Not to like over dramatize, but I would even say that if the song was structured a little bit better around it, I would even say that the chorus could be flame-worthy for me personally.
Yeah.
I love it that much.
Yeah.
So I totally get what you're saying there, but just as a package, and because it's so short, it's not even like you can go, I'll drag it up because the rest of the song kind of carries it. It's like there's not much to it because that's you run a Playing with Fire there, having really short songs.
Yeah,
you know? That's what happens.
Risk.
That's a risk you take.
Did the bridge sound like Jesse's Girl to you?
No.
Where it totally pivots?
I didn't even ever put that together.
Just play the little bridge section.
yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Oh, that's funny. Jesse's Girl. That's awesome. But again, I can't complain because there's D beats. It's a great song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely.
Great is still a great.
It's still a great song.
I know. Sometimes when we, like on the pod, when we're giving a great, it's almost like you say it in this way. It's like, oh, it's a great.
Yeah.
It's like, no. I'm trying to make it a point when I say great of being like, it's great.
It's great. Yeah. Because we sit here arguing, going like, it's almost like the threshold is anything above, crown and above is good. Everything is bad if it's under crown.
You've passed if you're above.
Yeah.
Above. Yeah. Okay. Stuck here.
I have this at good.
Oh.
What have you got it at?
Great.
Great. It's funny that because a part of me is like, am I futures taxing it? I'll change if you do. But a part of me is like, I think it probably is great. Like hearing it, like thinking about it, I know that this song is, I'm changing it. I'm changing it, yeah. Because I actually think that this is a great, when I was like, why have I got this at good? I know this is a great song. Yeah, when
you said good, I was like, oh, I'm a bit surprised you don't like this one.
So, don't like it.
Sorry.
It's good.
Sorry.
I do love, actually, when I first note here, the line where he says, hard to express when it's not in a song. I love that line. That's a really cool way of like a writer saying that, which is really cool.
I am not sure. So throughout listening to this album, I've been conscious of futures taxing because
that's a definite
it's pretty clear by this point. I absolutely love this album.
Yeah.
And I've been conscious of futures taxing. I wonder though, are you futures taxing or is it just that it's getting a little formulaic and that's getting tired? Because one of my notes is like it's another great chorus and it's another one where you've got like D beats with a fast melody in the verse into like a really big melodic chorus.
Well,
which is their formula that they've used over and over again. And I love it. It doesn't get old for me, but like I can see how for another person, they might be like, it's just getting a little tired.
Well, welcome to another conundrum that I've thought about all this time is like, is it fair to rate a song on a later part of an album going, I'm just getting a bit tired of this sound? Like, shouldn't every song be evaluated individually? Because you could argue both sides. One side you could go, yes, because the album should be like rated on its quality of individual songs that comprise the whole, what is it? Surprised by its parts?
Some of the parts?
Yeah, the sum of its parts. Or do you go, well, no, it's an album and you're meant to hear it in the context of the album. And by that point, if it's fatiguing, then the album is fatiguing. So I've always wondered about the difference.
For this one, would argue hard for you can take into account how it feels relative to the rest of the album. Because
you've done that before in other albums too, where you've said notes going, at this point I've given fines out because I've heard like this too much over the course of the album. So
or it might be that it's like, I don't know, like sometimes bands take a really weird pivot on song 2 and it's like, why did you do that? Like that's not a bad song, but I don't like it in that
Oh, it's a
area
good
of the
point.
album.
I never thought about that.
And I think
That actually, yeah.
like we're talking about rating albums, like we do it song by song, but we're rating albums.
Yeah.
And so I think for that reason, we should be taking into account.
Then again, it takes a pretty special song for you to be like, I don't like the album, but I love that song, even though it doesn't sound like the rest of the album. So
Yeah.
there's times where it needs to come pull from both columns.
Yeah.
But I totally agree. That actually makes me favor it more toward you should hear it in the context of the album rather than the individual song.
Yeah.
I said, man, they are just such a consistent band though, regardless of like, because I had it as a good, even though it's a good, they're such a consistent band, but I'm changing it and I'll have to do my calculation at the end. But I thought about it while listening to this song. Do we need to coin the new term instead of half hour of power? We got the 22 minutes of power. Like this is doing it better than the legends. But yeah, this one's really, really,
Do you think
really
they
good.
had songs on the cutting room floor?
Maybe.
Or do you think they just had 10 songs?
Who knows? It's a side project. So it could be like we had 8 and we had to write 2 more quickly for the
Yeah.
album or whatever. Like it will just get it up to an album's worth of songs. Because it's not even like it's 12 or whatever.
No.
But maybe, who knows? Get them on.
Would
We need
be.
more people on the podcast so we can ask them about it.
It sounded so much like the starting line in the bridge.
Yes.
Did you hear that as well?
I
Or it
didn't-
cuts back to like a clean guitar. There's not a lot of clean guitar on this album.
Yeah, good point.
It's like a soft section with like a clean guitar doing like a little picky riff. Very starting line.
Yes.
For me.
I didn't hear that, but we've heard such different things because to me it just sounds so Newfound Glory and
Sure.
Glory and so Wastery in different parts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing a lot of. Alrighty, and we're at the last song, believe it or not, which isn't affected by how short the album is. It's only 10 songs, but still, it's not like it's 16 songs that are short.
I guess so.
The last couple albums we've done recently have been high album counts, like track counts. Only
The
10.
MXPX album was like 17 songs.
If we were here, 16, I think, and if we
16?
were here, we'd still have 6 more songs to discuss.
I'm
all right.
sad it's over.
Track 10, which is actually the last song we're rating of the season, technically,
Oh,
because of what we
pressure.
did. Yeah, this is it. It's the
Yeah.
last song. So what did you give it? What are you going out with?
I'm going out with a great.
I'm
A great. It's a great.
Oh, you've definitely underrated this one, I think.
Oh,
This is
really?
it's a hard crown for me, this song.
Hard crown.
Hard crown.
Yeah. I kind of thought you might go crown on this one.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the laid back vibe that it's got going in that verse. Like,
Yeah.
it's a perfect ending song.
Yeah.
Not that the whole song is that way, but just like,
You're right. I didn't hear it that way because my note was, I said, what an idea to like finish the album with a single. Is that the new metal? Because this is like such a big upbeat banger. Like the chorus is just so catchy, that chorus.
oh, again, I know. Yeah, I don't mean like the whole song is laid back. It's just there's something about the intro section and the verse melody is there's it's not a lot of energy. It's just like more relaxed.
Yes, it's honestly that I have the notes here saying love the chords in the intro. It takes me straight back to being 17. I don't know
Oh.
what band it is, but it's almost like it's that Anne Boleyn kind of era.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
there's something there with those chords that I love. But I just said I love the chorus so much.
Yeah.
This is what maybe my favorite chorus on the album. Maybe
that's
this
a
in the
big call.
this in the opener.
And it's another one where the chorus starts by cutting back to like just vocals and guitar
Yeah.
before the full band comes in.
Yeah, which they do so well. That's
Yeah.
something that they can rinse and repeat because it works.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a hard crown for me
Yeah, no.
for sure. I want you to compare it to other songs that you've given great to and tell me that it's the same thing. 'Because this is I don't see how this
Look,
is
I've
anything less than a
given
crown.
a fair few crowns. Like it's not like I've been stingy on this album.
Does this look infected? The whole album was crowns. It's not that you can't be like, oh, I don't want to give it out too many crowns.
Look, I've done my ratings. They're in. I don't believe in changing them, but I take your point. I've
That's the
admitted.
stubbornest thing anyone's ever said.
Well, look,
I am who I am. I don't believe in changing for the better. I've always been racist. I'm staying racist. Why change, I say?
As we've said throughout this episode, like future texting has been a real problem on this album because every song I haven't gone lower than a great. You've given a couple of goods. I don't think anything on this album is less than a great.
You need to do that other one up to a great, but oh, that
Up
one.
to a crown. You don't.
But what's one I said to you that like you've rated it too low? You have to get one of them because there's 2 there that I'm like, that's too low.
I'm just going to stay with my ratings.
But it's not like you're sitting there. And we've done like 200 songs or something, and I've heard you a lot of times when you go, I'm confident with this. You're saying how much you love it, but you're like, oh, I just don't want to give out too many crowns, or I just don't know about it. Like it's like I know I can see in your eyes how much you love this album, but for some reason the rating doesn't reflect that.
Oh, I think it does. And I think you'll see when you see the final score, like it's going to be well and truly up there.
Yeah, but it sounds like you're saying they've had enough. I don't want to give them too many. It's like they deserve it. Like, nothing's ever going to beat Does This Look Infected if we don't give everything what it deserves.
So you're asking me to give 2 more crowns out.
No, there was, one maybe. What was that one that you gave? And I said to you, I think you've underrated that.
I gave a great to both sides.
Both sides.
Track 4, and you reckon that should be a crown.
Yeah,
and then
you
I
said,
gave a great to
you
the
kind of
last
agreed.
track.
You were like, I think I futures taxed this song. That's why I was like, that's the one. If you don't agree with the last song, fair enough. But I think if another band had this song on like a normally sounding album, you'd be like, what a banger that track is. Because it is a banger.
Yeah. I just think the ratings are done.
Why can't we be convinced?
Well, I don't know that I am being convinced. I'm being bullied. I think
What
there's
do
a
you mean?
difference.
You said before you think you futures taxed it, and then you're like, I think I might have read that too.
I'm worried about futures taxing.
Okay. If you're gonna stay true to it, then stay true to it.
I think I'm going to stay true to it.
Alrighty, so that brings us to the end
Yes.
of the last album of season 2 of the Pop Punk Book Club. What was your rating in the end?
5.6.
Oh, that's really high.
Yeah.
Where does that put it on your list?
It's way up there.
Oh, it is.
Do you know how high it's so high, it unseats Morbid Stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Which I'm pretty sure on that episode I said was my favorite punk album of the decade. So
immediate contradiction.
I've proved how little integrity I have.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So where does that put it? What number?
It's number... Mate, it's number 2.
You got a new number 2? That's like when I got futures.
It's unseated The War on Errorism as well.
Wow. That's wild.
Do you know how crazy it is? This is how crazy it is.
Yeah.
If I had converted those 2 greats to crowns, right?
Yeah.
It would become my number 1.
Oh,
it would be a 5.8, which would
Oh my goodness.
unseat Does This Look Infected?
Oh my goodness.
That's insane.
That is crazy. We would have had a new number 1.
We would have had a new number 1.
But a number 2, I'll take that. A way to end the season.
I can't
What a
believe
great...
it's unseated The War on Errorism and Morbid Stuff. That's insane.
I can't believe that it's tickling bloody Does This Look Infected?
Yeah, it is. It's tickling the gooch of Does This Look Infected. Insane. Keep moving, son. I'm coming to get you.
So for me, I haven't gotten a new number 1, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I do have a new number 5. So this is like...
Number 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
5.3 it came out at. No pressure. For me, that is... I have Morbid Stuff at 5.36. So it's 0.06 behind Morbid Stuff.
Yep.
It has unseated Ocean Avenue, pushed Boxcar Racer down. That's pushed Penny Bridge Pioneers out of my top 10. Sticks and Stones and Hoss are all 5.07. And I got Colorblind by Seaway at 5.08, 0.01 difference. So what did it kick off your board?
Dookie.
Oh, that's crazy.
Let's knock Dookie off the board.
We have got some crazy good albums that we've been listening to.
So sorry, it comes in at number 5 for you.
Yes. Wild. Because I would think that if you had a new number 2, that your ratings would have just been like flame, crown, flame, crown, flame. But like it's you're right. It's like the Hoss effect where I rated so many of them great that's why it was in my top 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's 10 songs and it's none of them are below greats. And so
oh yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
that'll do it. Fair enough.
So they, tell you what, the Offspring, they need to take a lesson out of this.
Cut the context.
Cut the context tracks. All right.
So have you got a baguette right now?
I do have some baguettes.
Some baguettes?
Oh, well,
I've got a bakery.
I've got a baker's dozen.
Where's your baguette?
I just love this album.
And no, where's your baguette?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I do have they're not going to win any prizes for originality. And I think when we spoke about this, when we did this on the pre-podcast book club, I think I made the exact same comment.
Yeah.
I stand by that, but I could not care less. Like, I would be happy for them to do 50 minutes of this and I would just lap it up because...
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's the most
that
glowing endorsement. Yeah, because you want the shortest albums possible.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. I think it's like my perfect style of pop punk. It's like that blend of 90s skate punk with like early 2000s pop
poppiness.
Punk.
Yeah.
And it's everything I think a pop punk album should be. It's short, it's fast, it's got
effective.
It's really effective. It's got great energy. It's super catchy. And it's got like a real attitude about it. The kind of, I guess, comes through in like the vocal style. And I think he's got that. Like he nails that kind of the right sort of attitude of a pop punk album.
Twinge of emotional singing and language.
Yes.
It's not about random silly stuff. It actually has it's about relationships and people.
One of the things that I thought this week when I was listening to it is so much modern pop punk is influenced by emo movement. And like the two genres have kind of blended. And so a lot of pop punk bands now have got that kind of emo, I don't know, there's like a little bit of that flowing in there.
Yeah.
I would say that's kind of a bit like what the story so far is for me. There's just like a little bit of that throughout it. And I don't dislike it, but it's not my favorite style.
Yeah.
This to me is like, it's like they bypassed the whole emo like genre. This is like directly influenced by like punk and early pop punk. And I just...
Which feels so intentional. And the fact that I saw them cover Carousel by Blink, it's almost like they love that slice of time. And
yes,
they're like,
absolutely.
Modern influence is always going to bleed through because you can't, like, you're just affected by too much that you just naturally start doing stuff that...
Yeah.
I mean, back then they literally couldn't do it because the stuff to be influenced by didn't exist yet. Now it's always going to bleed through a little bit.
Yeah.
But they're like, almost like intentionally, let's try to keep this as close to that as possible. So there's little bits of modern like takes on it, but it's such an accurate depiction of what that sound would sound like if it just was today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how I'm feeling.
And I love that there's a band that's still doing that.
Yeah.
And doing it really well.
And a new album potentially coming soon.
Exactly. Can't wait. It's my
We
new
should do
like...
that on launch week.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
It's now the album I'm most looking forward to coming out this year.
Yeah.
It's like they wrote an album that's like, this is for Sam.
Yeah, this is for Sam.
We're gonna,
And me. D-Beats galore.
And David, yeah, it's like this is it's like what we said before. It's like they decided to write an album to try and win the book club.
And they nearly did.
They nearly won the book
did.
club.
Oh, that's funny.
I have one more comment.
Yeah.
I should have two, but I'll do this one first. If this comes out in like 2000, 2001, early 2002, are these guys as big as Newfound, Sum 41, and Blink?
You could argue that they needed those shoulders of giants to stand on.
Do you think?
To be able to write what they wrote today. But if they have somehow made this album back then.
Maybe not as big as Blink.
But imagine if this band was alive then and they produced this now. Imagine working with someone like Jerry Finn or a high-level pop producer at the time. They could be.
Yeah.
And again, their songs are so short and not single formulaic. Who knows what they could be turned into though? Like,
well, maybe they would have like not wanted to be commercialized. They might have wanted to be like an indie band.
Yeah.
But I just think this has so much of what makes Newfound great.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't see why they couldn't have been as big as that.
They're like the sum of all the different pop punk bands joining together, like Power Rangers making that big robot. They're like the no pressure robot. I don't think I've ever heard an album that has done so much with so little time. Like some punk albums can be really quick. I know that they can be stuff that's over in 2 seconds and it's super effective. Some of my favorite songs are the short ones on albums, like that compilation Short Songs for Short People. That's just my favorite thing. It's like so many short songs. They're my favorite. It's like all on this compilation. But like these are not joke songs. They're not silly. They're not whatever. They're just, it's kind of like this modern take of pop punk, but like relentless pop punk with the D beats, etc. as well, with that punkiness to it, I guess. And yeah, 22 minutes long, and they just, as you said in your ratings, nothing less than a great. I've got a couple, like one song at good. The rest of them, everything above a great.
Yep.
Like it's just so damn consistent, not a wasted second. And it made me think to myself, it's like, is it inefficient for bands to do a 45-minute album and never hit anything close to what these guys did on a couple of, like they might not ever have a song as good as some of the songs on theirs.
Yeah.
It's like if you have 45 minutes to listen to an album, I'm listening to this one twice. Like, I'm going back and listening to it again. It's like, it's just that efficient and that good. Like, I don't know. It's almost like, I think they took a creative risk by, because Story So Far exists and this is a side project. I think that freed them up to be a little bit more, I'm not even going to say experimental, because it's not even that. It's not making experimental decisions. It's making decisions that I think that if they had this was their main band, there'd be producers that would say, hey, no, let's make this, stretch it out, make it a single. They're just like, no, we want it to be this. This is our creative vision. And they did it and it worked. Yep. All the stuff that producers may think might not, like, let's not run the risk of doing the album for that not to work. They did it and it worked. Yep. So I think more bands need to take creative risks like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a don't give a fuck album.
Yeah. But we want to do what we want to do. We want to sound like we want to sound. And this is, they've nailed it. And no wonder it has such a cult following. It totally deserves it.
And it means that it comes across so authentic as well.
Yeah.
Which I think is one of their main things that they're really all about that. They don't want to be like a commercialized product. They're all about like authenticity. And
yeah,
I think that totally comes through on this album.
And you found a new number 2.
I know. We've asked the question before about like underrated albums. Is this the most underrated album? I can't think of a less rated album. You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny because coming in here, I actually thought that I just wasn't part of the party and this was a really popular pop punk album. But you're saying that if that isn't the case, it should be. So I agree with you.
Maybe I'm just not
If it is
aware
the
of
case,
how
more
big
people
it
need to
is.
hear it. So you're right
Yeah.
either way.
Maybe I'm just not as. There just doesn't seem to be like even like preparing the document. Like there's not a ton written about them.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like they don't seem. You might be right, and I guess maybe it's a cult following.
Yeah.
And so there isn't just a lot of it out there. But
It seems whenever I've heard anyone talk about it, which is few and far between, they have been passionate about this album. So I
Yeah.
think it's a cult-like fandom, which
Yeah,
is
sure.
sick. So in that case, yes, it's proven that people who hear it think it's amazing. So why aren't there more people hearing it?
yeah,
Especially if you love the genre, it's like a great album to recommend to someone. Especially
Yeah.
if someone says that modern pop punk sucks.
oh yes,
Yeah. Alrighty, so that's it. Thank you so much for listening. We have made it to the end yet again of another album. This is actually the last album that we'll be doing for the entire book club season, for season 2.
I thought you were going to say it for the entire book club.
That's it. This is a shock announcement. I'm out. It'd just be you and Greg from here on out.
Oh God.
So that doesn't mean we're not doing an episode in 2 weeks' time. We are. We're going to come back for the season finale. And as you long-time listeners would know, long-term works, like we did for last season's episode, we go through a whole bunch of. It's more of a chill out, have fun episode. So there's no albums to listen to. So we haven't forgotten as we have done 3 times. There should be a punishment because we said we'd get 2 each season. We did 3 this season. So there needs to be a punishment for that to make us
Greg
not
can
do
think
it.
of the punishment.
Mankinis on the final episode or something. But no, so just you don't have. There's no homework this week. Just hanging out with us. Come hang out with us for the season 2 finale. What is actually really sick about it, we can tell them now. It actually is a year of the book club. So even though it's not the end of the year, it's a year of us doing this show. So it's going to be a fun little hangout. We are going to go back through the season, go through all the funny data points that we had. And we're also going to do a really fun thing where we're going to find the biggest flame of the first year of the book club, including the albums from season 1. So we're going to go all the way back to those, which is going to be fun to reminisce.
Yes.
So
I wonder if there'll be anywhere we think, oh, on reflection, I'm not sure that's a flame.
maybe talk about not adjusting your ratings. You're talking about doing it straight away.
Yeah, true.
So thank you so much for listening. I didn't realize this. By the way, hello to our Lithuanian viewers. Almost forgot. I didn't realize that on Spotify, some people have been leaving us 5-star ratings on Spotify. So I
Seriously?
only check Apple Music. Apple Podcasts, because that's the one I'm on.
Yep.
I looked at Spotify and a few people have left 5-star ratings. So
Oh,
thank you so much
yeah,
for doing that.
thank
How
you.
awesome. So until you guys are honest, we're sitting at a 5-star rating. No, but that's amazing. So if you want to help us out even more and you haven't left a rating or a review, please do. We'll read it out on the podcast. We can't thank you enough for being here. You made it all the way to the end of the episode. So obviously you do listen to these shows, which is mind-blowing to me. I don't know why anyone does. But I love you as an excuse to come hang out and chat. But thank you so much for being here. Cannot wait to see you on the next episode. Got so much fun stuff planned for next week. So stick around for that. Celebrate the first birthday of our little baby called the Pop Punk Book Club.
Yeah.
But until
Who's
then,
bringing the cake?
oh yeah, good point.
Someone's-
It actually is literally going to be your birthday too, isn't it?
No, because my birthday's next weekend. We're doing it fortnightly, aren't we?
Oh,
It's not next
so
week,
we're
it's the week
missing.
after.
So,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so we'll also be celebrating Sam's birthday then
Yeah.
too. What's my age again?
Which was the episode that we shot on my birthday last year? Was it Dookie?
I think so.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Time flies, eh?
Yeah.
But until then, there's always something that we love doing.
It's time for Popeth Punk.
Pop punk in the style of Shakespeare. One verse, one chorus. You get one guest. Let us know in the comments. You might get a shout out next episode. Here we go. Dearest friend, last night a vision struck me, clear as any painting hung upon a noble's wall, a warning born upon a silent breath. It showed me this place as it truly is, a realm stripped bare of passion, hollowed of warmth. If thou could picture it, thou would see it plainly. The imagining comes all too easy. Believe me when I confess it, I strove to resist this revelation, yet failed in the attempt. I set quill to parchment to remind myself it was no more than a dream, no trick of restless sleep. And now I find myself calling out into the dark, wondering where thine are. Is there some soul abroad in this vast night? Someone who might heed my plea? All the while I wrestle with a question that gnaws at the edge of my spirit. Should I ought to retrace my weary steps? Loneliness clings to me like a shadow, and fatigue steals the strength from my bones. Yet, above all, I pray this one thing, that in all my wandering I shall not lose the memory of thee. Oh my goodness, yes.
Yes.
You just hit that out of nowhere too. Wow, what a guess. You didn't even need to ask anything. Just like legit, just shot from the hip and nailed it.
It was something about wanting to retrace your steps, like wanting to go back, and then there was something about feeling lonely.
Yep.
That was.
There's quite a lot of words in this. You want to keep some of them in so people know exactly what
Yes.
the song is, but without it being too hard. But there's some very significant words in here that if you don't change, yeah, I'll bleep this. But literally, the suggestion I got is that I find myself calling out into the dark. Where art thou?
Okay.
So obviously not. But
Yeah.
good guess. That's the most impressive one.
It took me a while. So when I say it took me a while, it was right until the end. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
interesting.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, did you get it? I bet you're not beating Sam's time on that one, but let us know in the comments if you do. We'll shout you out next episode.